Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate a new feature of Hawkeye, and it is the ability to upload a diagnostics package to Hawkeye. What this allows you to do is basically send any sort of diagnostics package over to Hawkeye so that you can ask questions about it. So as you may know, Hawkeye supports the ability to add all sorts of different connections already, whether it be AWS, Azure, PagerDuty, all sorts of different connections for your live data. But there may be scenarios out there where you may just get a ticket and there might be diagnostics inside. Maybe the application logs for your application, maybe they rotate and they expire. So sometimes what people will do is save the logs somewhere so that you can take a look at it later. Another case might be an on-premise solution where you're not streaming the logs back to any sort of centralized location. And maybe a customer has sent you like a diagnostics package from their servers that they don't want network connectivity going back to your centralized monitoring platform. Another scenario might just be that, another engineer was looking through logs and caught logs for a couple of different services and said, hey, I think there's a bug in here. And they just created a tarball and sort of just uploaded it to the ticket and assigned it to you. So let's say that you are an SRE or an engineer and you receive a ticket like this. Investigation orders UI outage on January 18th. So in this scenario, users were reporting issues from the website on January 18th. And basically, they just weren't able to submit orders. Maybe it's an e-commerce website or something like that. And so we received this ticket and it has a diagnostics package. So what we can do is just copy all of this context. This is very useful for Hawkeye because what we can do is we can give Hawkeye this information when we're asking questions about it. So let's go ahead and download the diagnostics package. Here, it's just a tar gz zip file. So let's go ahead and download that tarball. And then next, what we can do is go into our project. And you're on the billing and usage team. So let's go ahead and go to that project for investigating this issue. And so, yeah, what we can do is on the left-hand side here, you can attach a context file. So we go ahead, we open that, we hit add new, and then we can go ahead and look at the downloads and you can find the diagnostics right there. And then I mentioned the context earlier that I copied from that Jira ticket, right? You could enter your own message here, but whoever opened this ticket luckily has done it for us and they've provided plenty of context. So let's go ahead and add that to the context field right here. And this will be useful for Hawkeye to kind of pinpoint what exactly the issue is. There might be so many logs in here that it isn't efficient for Hawkeye to really look through all of it all at the same time. So the more context you give Hawkeye in this scenario, the better. So let's go ahead and send that to Hawkeye. Cool. And now what we're doing is we can go ahead and ask a question about that data. So we know from the ticket that there was an issue on January 18th, but we don't really know why it was. So my users, let's ask a question. So my users were unable to submit orders on January 18th. Why could that be happening? So we go ahead and ask Hawkeye, and what Hawkeye is doing here is it's consulting different telemetry groups. Right now, we've added a data source that will allow us to upload files. And so, yeah, what Hawkeye is doing here, it's going ahead and processing the question. What happened here was we're following a chain of thought. So basically, Hawkeye is thinking, okay, January 18th, what kind of data sources do we have? It'll notice the file right away that we've uploaded. And it's going to already start looking into the issue. So it's seeing that there are, the billing service apparently had an issue on January 18th. And it even told us the IP addresses that the problem was happening on. So as we can see here, Hawkeye has already found that there are two different services. There's the billing service and there's the orders services. So what's happening is basically the order service is trying to communicate with the billing service, but it looks like the billing services are returning a 503. So as we can see here, actually, the root cause of the problem seems to be an out-of-memory error on the billing service. So what's happening is the order service is trying to communicate to the billing service, and due to all these retries, it looks like the billing service is actually running out of memory. And there we go. So Hawkeye has summarized the issue. So here's what it actually found. So on January 18th, the billing service experienced multiple errors. It looks like it's found the exact IP addresses in which it was having the issue. So the billing service returned a 503, causing the order service to be unable to process orders. And actually, even though we were unable to process orders, the root cause wasn't actually in that service, it was in the billing service because of the out-of-memory errors on that day. So the billing service was unavailable due to a memory error caused by excessive retries. So next we can go ahead and look at a root cause analysis for this problem. So next, now that we've found the actual root cause of the problem, what we can go ahead and do is ask Hawkeye to generate an RCA because it's going to take me a lot of time to write this all up. So let's ask Hawkeye to generate an RCA for us. And there we go. Hawkeye's generated an RCA. Let's take a quick look at it. And there we go. So Hawkeye's generated an RCA document for us. So the order service outage on January 18th, 2025. So there's an outage due to the billing service becoming unavailable. There was actually a memory error caused by excessive retries, as we saw in the ticket, generated a full timeline of events for us. It started to experience errors at around maybe 1:15. Then later in the evening, it actually kind of propagated all the way and caused all of these crashes to start happening. So digging through the logs and kind of going through all of this would have taken quite a bit of time to kind of go through. And if you're an SRE or someone with a lot of other tasks in your backlog, it's a lot of time to write this whole document up. So right away, Hawkeye's generated that within a couple of seconds. And look at that, it's even provided a kind of way to do a retry mechanism with exponential backoff to kind of maybe prevent things like this happening in the future. It also has a circuit breaker pattern as a suggestion. And you can even go back to the reference to this original issue and see. So if you click on that, it'll actually go and bring you back to the original question that you asked. So any other teammates of yours can go ahead and check this out. Cool. Now that we've actually generated the RCA, let's go ahead and upload that to the ticket. Cool. There we go. So you've attached the ticket, RCA attached. And there you go. The ticket's done. Thanks to Hawkeye. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.